Chapter 1. The Big Bang. That electrostatic spark sound was in the air. That sound you hear deep in your eardrums that sends the small hairs on the back of your neck to stand on end, and that makes your head shake in small, quick convulsions. He heard it coming from the instrument panel just underneath the flight stick. He knew right then that it would be the third to last sound he heard, the last two being his screams that mixed with the grand explosion of his ship. It did not split into several pieces. No, it scattered into the star-studded backdrop like a supernova, leaving what appeared to be a newly birthed galaxy. This was one of Xantar's favorite visuals in the morning. Another was the look on his employer's face after he finished a contract, but took his job beyond what was deemed necessary. Xantar would see the latter after his hyperlink was connected. He activated the hyperlink and saw the date illuminated on the view screen. The readout stated it was the year 3672 by ancient Earth standards. While he waited on his ship, the Dread, for the connection to be established, he walked slow and confident over to his meal preparation station. There, on the counter, lay his first meal of the day. He usually enjoyed breaking his fast after a job was completed. As he reached for his steak, eggs, and dark coffee, he looked at his reflection in the mirror that hung on the wall above the countertop. The years had been kinder to him than he had been to some of his clients. Although he had not been killed by the years that passed, sometimes it looks as though he had been close to death far too many times. His skin was rough and darkened by the exposure to far too many non-humanoid planets that he had visited while on contract. He was a tall and firmly built man that appeared to be in his late 40s. With hair that was the color of wet sand and eyes that were a hazel green which changed with the color of clothes that he wore, he had an almost regal look to himself. A beard covered his jawline that was short-shaven on the sides and long on the chin. Most did not know what his actual age was. Those that did know him would know him to be over 300 years old. With a face that was once softer in his youth that had turned sharper, a little wider, and much coarser over the years with travel, fighting, medical attention, and just surviving. He noticed some dry blood on his face from his most recent fight and did not bother to clean it. He felt that it would show his employer that he had in fact done what he was paid to do. He ate his meal and finished putting on the old weather-beaten leather long coat that he had always worn. A once rich and shining coat with the deep reds of a midnight rose had now been faded to a color similar to blood on a sandy beach during sunset. He still found a feeling of romance when he wore it and thought about the colors it had and the one that had gifted it to him. Before the hyperlink was connected, Xantar thought about this most recent job and how it had advanced him closer to his end goal, that of revenge.